Can someone check if I'm actually like audible on stream? All right. That's cool. So welcome everyone to the Clubhouse Games DS online tournament. We are in our second quarterfinal. This is going to be a best of 7 game where Croco is going to face off against Kiwi. Now, I joined a bit late, so we have already rolled a first game, and it somehow was shogi once more. We've seen that way too often so far, and our contestants have already decided to skip the first game. Alright, looks like there's some internet difficulty, so the lobby is gonna get remade for real quickly. I want to do this again. Alright, looks like the lobby is ready again. So we've rolled game 3, which is Blackjack. Seems like the players are interested enough in that. So it looks like we're actually gonna play. Yeah. All right, so as you can see, we're starting out as the spectators. We can an interesting feature as a spectator is that we can see which card is going to get drawn. All right, so technically mid Kiwi is in this in the tournament thread, so I'm gonna ask him to deafen. All right, so interestingly, oh, I guess that's gonna be annoying. Oh, well, it looks like there's a bit of weirdness happening again, which is that the game was set to 1 round, which I'm pretty sure no one wants to see that, so... yeah, there's gonna be a few issues which we're gonna have to resolve again. I guess since the first round ended up in a tie, there's ultimately not much wrong with playing an extra round. So yeah, gonna set the rules up correctly, and we're gonna go back in. Alright, so both players are opting to bet 90 this time. Ooh, that's a tough hand for Croco. Soft 16. Hard 16 is not something you often want to see. Kiwi stands on a soft 16. That's interesting, and pays the price for that. So yeah, game is still tied after round 1. The real round 1 this time. We're gonna see what they're gonna opt to bet. Kiwi is going in with 100. And Croco is memeing with a 69. Interesting. So Kiwi gets a 20. It's likely that that's gonna win against dealers. What is dealers 9? And that's a pretty big blow. Kiwi wins and Croco busts. That puts a big dent in the scores. Wait, I decided that I was gonna do that thing. Oh, interesting. Croco hits a blackjack. And Kiwi busts. That can swing right back in his favor, in Croco's favor. Not gonna do the math. That looks like Croco is only 10 chips behind after this round. With 2 rounds left, that kind of means anything can happen, really. So we're gonna see Kiwi again. Kinda considering what he wants to bet. Going for 60. We'll see if Croco wants to be aggressive this round or not. He bet 61. That means Kiwi with... Again on a hard 16, that's a really tough hand to make a decision on. He's gonna see a dealer's 10. Which might have meant he would want to stand. But Croco chooses to double down, gets a jack, and then that just loses for him, unfortunately. Oh, gets a 17 again. That's a bit jank. And a 20 for Kiwi. That's gonna make it pretty much impossible for Croco. Because there's no way he's gonna be ahead now. And that's GG. So Kiwi takes the first point of the match. All right. So hope we're gonna see the score update, yes, and then we're gonna select a new game. So let's see what the random number generator gives us. 31 is bowling. Yeah. Bowling in this game is kind of a janky game. So as you can see, we're gonna be rolling the ball with touch controls. If you've played like Clubhouse games on the Switch, you know how janky that can be. And trust me, in this game, it's pretty janky. But Kiwi does actually make the spare. So far, like, judging from like previous games, the spare is just getting spares is pretty good. So you see Croco just kind of yeets the ball and fails to convert the spare. Kiwi gets 8 on its multiplied roll. And another spare. That's gonna pick him some... That's gonna build him a lead real quick. If Croco's gonna be unable to retaliate. Oh, he misses the spare again. Croco has been getting better first rolls, but is not hitting his pairs. Alright, now Kiwi. Ooh, misses the 7. That misses the 7 pin for the spare. That one's pretty tough, so I'm not gonna blame him for that. Croco is just getting garbage second rolls. And Kiwi gets a strike. Oh, that could be a pretty big blow for Croco. Yeah, Croco's just not getting his game going, unfortunately. Which kinda sucks. Ooh, Kiwi misses this one. But only barely, though. Oh, yeah. Croco at least actually hit something with his second roll this time, but got a really tough... tough play. Okay, so Kiwi is double checking, asking if Croco actually wanted to play this. Which is either considerate for him or excellent BM. Take your pick, chat, I guess. Oh, Kiwi just gets another strike. Oh, almost managed to convert a pretty tough spare for this game. Meanwhile, we're actually seeing some an accurate accurate score, up-to-date scores now. So after frame 8, the gap that Croco has to clear is quite massive. Actually, I'm pretty sure this is GG, since you can't get more than 30 points per frame. So Croco at least saves his dignity with a spare on the 9th frame. Kiwi ending the game with 145. Ooh, and Croco gets the spare, so I guess he's kind of getting the hang of this. Never mind. All right, we can be reasonable. He's got the hang of this towards the end of the game. Anyhow, ending the game at 154 versus 91, which means that Kiwi takes another point in this match. Alright. Now, let's see what RNG is gonna give us this time. Oh boy. 25 is field tactics. Well, since this is a best of 7, they do get another skip. So we might see that second skip being used here. Alright, Kiwi is asking the admin if the second skip exists. Meanwhile, Croco was fetching the screenshot as well. So yeah, looks like field tactics is gonna get skipped. And we're gonna get game 16, which is checkers. Alright, looks like checkers is actually gonna get played this time. So yeah, Croco is starting. And yeah, this game is gonna be kind of tough for me to commentate. Especially near the opening, like God knows what's happening, let's be real. So we're gonna see whether the players are gonna opt for exchanges. So far, it doesn't quite seem like it. Alright, so it seems like both players are kind of avoiding making actual exchanges so far. Oh, looks like something is happening. This might actually put Croco in a decent position. His pieces on the left might be able to force a breakthrough soonish. But Kiwi might be able to, yeah, Kiwi moves the back piece forward. That gonna stop Croco's advance for now. Alright, going for another exchange. Croco's looking at trying to keep the initiative here. This is not gonna gain him material yet. Although realistically now Kiwi is gonna lose the left piece once more. And oh, is that a mistake? Allowing just giving Croco a double capture, it seems like. So yeah, this is gonna get tough for Kiwi, since Croco is already a piece ahead and has a king on the board. Ooh, this is interesting. Croco will have to move his left piece forward to stop Kiwi from advancing. Chooses not to do that for now. Although, I don't think this is that was the wisest move for Kiwi. Oh, that move's gonna allow another double capture. But he gets a double capture in return, so it's not the biggest deal, although this does advance another. This does let Croco promote again. Alright, I guess this highlights a bit of an interesting position. Kiwi is still behind, but his king is sort of able to attack the sort of put pressure on Croco's pieces, which Croco can't really do in return since Kiwi has his pieces kind of compact towards the edges. Don't think I would have done what Kiwi did there. I think the best plan is to attack the man on c3 from the other side. Kiwi now has some tough choices to make here. Can't really stop the advance of the man on d6 again. Does, however, give this advance a shot. Kiwi, however, does now have a way of trading the king on e7 for his man, which is now on g8. Doesn't see the opportunity now. We'll have to move his king again to sort of reopen that option. All right, again. Oh, that's interesting. Kiwi is choosing to advance his man now. That it can't be captured. Solid move, actually. We'll win him a man there. All right, so it looks like Jack is pooping in the chat, so might have to deal with that in the off time, I guess. Alright, this trade that Kiwi now has to take is not entirely terrible. So yeah, not much has changes. Both sides exchange the man and the king. I think realistically Kiwi had a shot of using his man on a9 to make a favorable to trade with one of the kings. So far, he's not getting a lot of options. Yeah, I could try that, I guess. We'll see how Croco responds. We'll have to move the king. That, I don't think, is the best move for Croco. This will allow Kiwi to make a trade, which I think will improve his position by a fair bit. Yeah, Kiwi does opt to force the trade. So it does trade kings, but it does remove. But the king that Croco had in play was positionally a lot more active than Kiwi's king, so he might be able to gain some advantage out of this. Alright, Croco will have to move the king now. So yeah, that's gonna... Kiwi did successfully manage to break his man free. And now it looks like oh, Kiwi needs to be careful. Kiwi, thank you. You made a good move. Didn't let Croco make a fork. Oh, that's an interesting choice there. Kiwi, what are you doing? I think Kiwi may have soiled it there. Yeah, that's gonna let Croco win a piece. And even now, Kiwi has to basically sacrifice one of the pieces. Don't think Kiwi has a lot of options available that keep him into the game. He does choose to make a trade there. That's gonna put Kiwi on this last man, we'll still be able to promote, but then it's gonna be a 2v1 end game of kings, which should be winnable by Croco, but he needs to figure out how to win this end game, because it's nowhere near. Although Kiwi's making some interesting choices here. Alright, now this. Oh, interesting. Croco is not approaching so far. Not quite sure why he's doing this. Oh. Oh, Kiwi made the bad move. Now he's closed in. And that means Croco is finally on the board. So yeah. That's gonna put the match standings at 2 for Kiwi and 1 for Croco. And we're going into the next game. RNG is gonna give us 29, which is Koi Koi. Get your progress in the chat, I guess. Alright, so we're gonna... looks like we're gonna play Koi Koi. So let's head into the game. Carry on, moon on, games 12, yeah. Alright, so this time the settings have been properly checked. And we're about to get going. Looks like Kiwi is gonna be allowed to go first in this round. Ooh, really strong hand to start with, having both the cup and the blossom in his hand. The curtain, I guess. But so far, nothing on the table to cash them in. So he'll have to wait this one out. So far, Kiwi is getting some decent cards. I did get the moon on accident. That might allow him a 6 score. Notice that the crane is on the board as well, so that's also gonna potentially... Wait. Oh, I misread. He... Oh no. Kiwi decide to drop the cup and Croco managed to snag it. That's quite an interesting turnaround. Alright, so looks like Kiwi did get a bit bored deer butterflies. Chooses to end the round. Solid choice. Passed the multiplier already. Wait a minute, I just realized. Have I been looking at Croco's hand the entire time? Yeah, I've been God damn it, I'm dumb as fuck. Alright, no big deal. So, I guess it just means we're looking at Croco's hand. Alright, Croco managed to take out the butterflies. He has the moon collected and the curtain in his hand, so some scoring potential, but would need to top deck Phoenix as well for 3 lights, or of course top deck the cup. Oh, it looks like Kiwi's collected the cup. Yeah, but with the December chaff out of the game, off the table, that's making it not very likely for him to cash the 3 lights. Realistically, what can Kiwi go for? Alright, now the thing is, with his view, we obviously don't know what Kiwi has in his hand, so we're not gonna be quite as certain what his options are gonna be. Croco scored 1 point on chaff and quickly ended the round, which is a reasonable choice, as there's just not much scoring potential left. Kiwi seems to be taking a while to consider his option. Did actually manage to get both the entire set of July there. Alright, so Croco did collect the curtain on his first turn, so that does mean from Kiwi's perspective that in some sense there's a bit of the risk of him getting a viewing is sort of looming there, but Croco does not have a card in that stew left. So it's not that likely that both are gonna drop, but Oh, Croco managing to hit the rainy 4. That's 6 points now. But he chooses to clear it, interestingly enough. Wait, rainy 4 is 7? Am I dumb? I guess I'm dumb. Yeah, if that's already 7, then there's no point in continuing, really. Kiwi gets a quick one there, quick blossom there, but 1/2 of September is already gone, and Croco has one more card in his hand, so it's unlikely that Kiwi is going to be able to cash here. Cash the cup. Basically, it won't happen unless Croco is forced to drop it on its last, or drop the his last card on the last turn. Although not a lot of decent combinations are happening now, so... Oh, this is gonna be scary. Oh, Kiwi chooses to clear with 3 lights. It's a sound choice. Meanwhile, in standings, they're basically going neck and neck. The difference is essentially a 4-point round, considering that in this specific version of the game, the points are traded between players in each round, so sort of nominatively the listed value is kind of double of what the point value of a round would be. Croco chooses to clear with scrolls. Sound choice, given that there's a... Yeah, Kiwi there was a risk of a viewing hitting there, so sound choice to just end the round quickly. Oh, could Croco actually top decks the cup, but chooses to clear immediately. And that means, having 6 rounds played, Croco is only ahead by 2 points. But anything can still happen in this game. Alright, so Croco is collecting points on the scroll. Again, ending the round early. I was gonna say not a lot of winning odds in this game yet, but Croco collecting a second light. Oh, and cup is on the table, and Croco is gonna hit that cup. Oh, that's gonna score him big on this round. Yeah, barely ekes out a multiplier on the extra points there. But that's putting quite a big dent. That's gonna... Kiwi is gonna has quite a decent gap to make up in 4 rounds. It's 17 points, so he only really needs 1 big round to get back into the game. Alright, so Croco collecting chaff and immediately stopping the round. Now with the score of 31 versus nice, we enter the last 3 rounds. Oh, looking like a sharp round. Croco with the moon and Kiwi with the blossom. Although Croco perhaps justifiably chose to take out the September card on the table. Alright, Kiwi collecting quite... Actually has a decent shot. He might still have one of the other December cards in his hand, which would essentially, because he's going second, does guarantee the Phoenix, but the cup drops on the board. And that might allow Kiwi to strike. It was Croco who took out the first pair of September cards. Kiwi doesn't have a September card. He would have hit it immediately otherwise. Oh, Croco. Oh, that's big. Croco top decks the card he needs. This run doesn't get a multiplier. But then 2 rounds for 25 points is going to be quite a tough ask for Kiwi. He's basically gonna need the multiplier for both rounds. Although I don't think this is quite the way Kiwi taking out the September cards. Kiwi making some decisions here. Oh, Kiwi's taking quite a while here. Oh, that's so tough. Croco snipes away the round there. Yeah, this might get kinda... This is gonna be a bit of a tough ask for Kiwi. Alright, so maybe there might be a slight chance that Croco will go for the BM Koi Koi here, if he does score. I wouldn't advise it, since a ×4 multiplier for Kiwi would still win the game. Alright, Kiwi is ready to Koi Koi now, but he would need to score huge in order to win. Does take out the board there. But Croco counters with scrolls. And that's the end of the round. Croco is gonna win the game. Croco is gonna win the Koi Koi. And that's gonna put the score on 2-all. So, as we're going into game 5, no one's on match point yet. And we get number 21, which is Grid Attack. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna play Grid Attack here. Alright, so it looks like Croco has set his piece. Has set his pieces up. Are we gonna see yeah, we do see Kiwi's board. Kiwi misses the first shot. That's gonna be another miss. Alright, so the board on the bottom, the marked tiles on the bottom are the ones from Croco's perspective, it looks like. Don't think we're gonna... Oh, and Kiwi actually gets the first hit. And that's interesting. We find slowly uncovering Croco's 2 ship. Meanwhile, Croco's finally getting his first hit in. And Croco actually immediately taking out the 2 ship. Now, remember that in this game, the game won't tell you if you have sunk a ship fully. So that means that Croco is gonna probably still search around the around Kiwi's 2 ship. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Kiwi actually hit one of Croco's one ships. That's a pretty big deal. Because, like, you could sort of work in a checkerboard pattern, like you see Croco is doing now, to weed out all the larger ships. But then there's the potential to sort of miss the one ships. Like, you see Croco has already hit all the way around the one ships, and if he's gonna continue this pattern, then he's basically gonna complete it without finding the Kiwi's one ship. And then it's basically just straight up RNG, whether you hit it or not. Now, an interesting thing about Croco's strategy is, you see he went for the central column in the middle. I guess it is somewhat reasonable to try this, since because the ships are locked in orientation, you can't actually rotate them. And so what that means is that unless your 3 ship is on either all the way to the left or the right, it is gonna be partially in the central column. So you can sort of suspect that a player would just hit random. And that would give it quite a big likelihood of whatchamacallit, the 3 ship actually hitting early on. So we see Croco actually dealing some damage back, hitting the other single ship. Kiwi's actually done quite a bit of damage. Croco only has 2 ships remaining, but that might not say a whole lot. Although Kiwi does find a 1 ship, does find Croco's 3 ship. Alright, so I was away for a moment fiddling with the music. Alright, so Croco is opting to use his special pieces now. I don't think yeah, Kiwi also just used his horizontal 3. I don't think I have noticed him using his vertical 3. Although at this point it does seem quite likely that he would have already done it. So if you've been paying attention to the boards, it looks like we kind of got the dreaded monomino ship shootout. So we're just gonna have to see who gets lucky. There's essentially nothing else we can... There's essentially nothing else the players can realistically do anymore, since I think Kiwi already used both his specials as well. Kiwi misses. Oh, and Croco hits! And takes the win. with some really fortunate RNG here. And that's gonna put Croco on match points, basically turning the game around from being behind 2-0. Okay, so somehow they managed to generate the same number twice in a row. And we're gonna get dominoes. Alright, so there's a bit of chatting going on in the competitors Discord channel. Now, I'll be honest, I kind of hope they're gonna play this because I like this game. But yeah, it looks like we are playing. So, alright, someone's gonna have to... Alright, and looks like we're going. I missed a draw for first. So it looks like Kiwi is starting. Unfortunately, because of... I guess we can see Croco's hand on the top screen. So it's not such a big deal. Now, believe it or not, I'm gonna say I disagree with starting with a 5-5. You do get 2 points immediately, but I'm gonna say that in the mid game, the 5-5 is actually one of the stronger pieces. I can explain a little bit. Basically, for each piece, you can sort of tell. Okay, I gotta start with the beginning. So the way 5-up works is, you basically consider the space, the pips on each end. So far there's an end of a single 4 and an end with 5-5, so the total is 14. If you make that total a multiple of 5, then you get that essentially that quotient amount of points. So in this case, the total is 5, so Kiwi got 1 point. Now, the doubles are special, essentially special. One of them is going to be able to act as a spinner, which means that once both sides have dominoes on them, then you can actually play like parallel to them and sort of branch off into two to make 2 more ends. Now what this means is, for example, the point count is now 10. We're going to see Croco place the 6-1, and that's going to essentially subtract 5 because we're going from a 6 to a 1 on this end. Now, in particular, subtracting 5 in particular is actually quite strong because what that means is if your opponent makes a score and you can play that piece, then you can essentially sort of counter yourself with a score. Whereas with the, for example, the 2-3, that one's gonna change the total by 1. So it's not gonna be able to normally score out of a when you get a position from where the opponent has already scored. Of course, there's exceptions when there's doubles in play. Like if you play a 3-6 against a double 3, then the total stays the same because you're going from double 3 to single 6. But like, for example, you can see it here again. So the 0-5 will also change the score by 5. The double 5 will essentially add 5 to your score, which makes it strong. And then there's 2 more strong pieces, which is the double 0, which will always keep the score the same. And there's the 1-6, which also either adds or subtracts 5. So, like, normally you can sort of like the meat of your points are coming from making scores on the table, and for that, essentially the quality of your hand, you can make some interesting considerations there. For example, if I have like 3 pieces with a 4, then I can either choose to play the 4s early, because that will keep more options open than preventing me from having to draw many tiles. Or I can hold on to the 4s with the idea that if I can play against a 4, then I have a lot of options to many values that I can change the score to. Now there is, of course, the potential of making big swings on like the end of the round, because basically at the end of the round, the player that still has pieces is gonna count their pips, divide it by 5, and then those points get added to the winner of that round. And if you can set up a good block, then you can actually make big bank from your opponent having to draw an insane amount of, potentially having to draw an insane amount of pieces. But those situations are kind of rare, so it could cause a big swing somewhere into the game. But a lot about this game is essentially more about efficient scoring. Alright, so Kiwi is gonna collect 0 points from winning that round. Alright, Croco still choosing to lead a double 5. With what I was saying before, in Croco's case, I would have chosen the 1-4-1 to start. That at least still gets 1 point. But you keep the 5-5 for a potential counter score. Croco still maintaining a decent lead. Still has 6 points. Or at least I should say like a 6-point lead going somewhere approaching like the halfway point in score requirement. Ooh, Kiwi has had a big draw there, and that's kind of interesting given that there were actually 2 options to play on. Alright, Croco might still have problem shedding his other pieces. But he does get a bit lucky there. Ooh, and he gets a finish there. That's gonna be real strong for him. Ooh, that's a big blow, putting him at 31 points. Looks like Kiwi is able to pick up some good points here. Oh, that was not gonna give Kiwi a lot of points. But again, does manage to keep picking up some decent scores, putting the deficit on a bit more manageable state. Oh, that's a really big blow for Kiwi. Having to draw quite a bit in just in basically the final turn. Kiwi was getting pretty close there, but it's now Kiwi actually managed to undo a lot of the damage that round, but now he's back to the 7-point deficit he was before. Alright, now it's Croco that's able to make some decent scores. Ooh, but has a big draw right at the end. And that's gonna let Kiwi strike right back, overtaking him with 1 point. Oh, and suddenly it's turned into a tight match again. Alright, so I'm back again. I'm back again. I was away for a quick second. Alright, looks like we're having quite a tight match on our hands. Kiwi only 3 points up behind with a and is leading on the next round, so might be able to make quick work of so for quite a few rounds without scores. Ooh. Rocco is able to score twice in a row, and Kiwi is not able to finish, but does get a decent score. Ooh, clutch 5-5 draw there. Rocco still has to draw. Ooh, Kiwi draws one more. Croco again, one more. Oh, if Kiwi can finish, yeah, that's gonna put him 1 point ahead again. This one's a real nail biter. And with that lead, they're all tied up. Only 6 points away from winning, both of them. Now, I gotta mention, I guess. Ooh, Kiwi's making some big scores here. Hold on. Not able to pull it in this round, but it's only 2 points away and gets the lead. So essentially, if either player hits hit 61 in this game, then the round's still gonna continue to the end, and then the player with the most points wins. So if one player hits 61, then the other player can still try to overtake them in the final round. Oh, and it looks like it's getting tighter than ever, 59 to 58. Croco trying to fish for a small block with a 6 there. It didn't work out, but it does score him a point. And that point might be extremely valuable. Ooh, has to drop the 05, but Kiwi gets a big draw for him. And Croco actually able to... Ooh, the double 2. The double 2 of Croco might give him trouble. So far it's gonna looks like he's gonna have to keep drawing, but there is a 2 happening there. Does Kiwi close it up? He doesn't, but Kiwi has passed 61 points, and that means Kiwi is gonna win this round. Oh, pulling this game to the 7th, pulling this match to the 7th game. Oh boy. So it looks like we're gonna have an all-deciding final round. Let's see what the RNG gives us. The RNG gives us 7, which is game 7 for the 7th game, which is 7 bridge. Midi in chat obviously wanting the soda shake finish. Alright, so looks like they're reading the rules, not sure what this is. Yeah. Alright, they did find the correct game. And I guess they're kind of reading... So both players seem to be not that familiar with this game. Going by the Discord chat. Alright, Kiwi says he wants to play it. So let's see what's gonna happen now. Alright, so it looks like they're kind of bargaining. Alright, so yeah, sorry for this being a bit slow. Alright, so it looks like we are gonna roll another game, but we might return to sevens. Game 26 is Ludo. Ah! Alright, so we're not gonna play Ludo. We know that for sure. Yeah, yeah, looks like the game is telling them that they should just play 7 bridge. Alright, so it looks like we are gonna play 7 bridge. We're checking the rules real quick, and then we're going in. Alright, so it looks like Croco is going first. So quick explanation of this game, I guess. We're basically... The game is mostly like Rummy, so players are essentially gonna continuously draw and discard cards until they're able to place either a group, which is 3 of the same rank, or a run, which is consecutive cards of the same suit. What makes 7 bridge rather special is that on top of either laying down new groups, new runs, or like adding to groups and runs on the table, you can also, if you get a 7, you can just place it down immediately on its own. It goes by the runs, and then it can be added to, sort of making a run from either side. Alright, looks like Kiwi is making the first, placing the first combination down. That's decent for Croco, as he has the last 10 to complete it. So since you need to place down 7 cards, you essentially need the minimal of 3, 2 sets. You basically usually need 2 sets of 3, and then 1 addition or 7. Alright, so Croco is feeling the heat a bit, dissolving his Jack. That actually turned out in his favor quite a fair bit, because he does actually get a run immediately after. Oh, and Croco is able to deal some damage, and that means they're both on one card. I need to open this again. Yeah. So that means both of them are just kind of just drawing until they get a piece they can place, and so Kiwi can place down the 7 and finish that way. Now Croco has an ace in his hand, which is worth 10 points. I don't think he quite realized that the an ace in hand is worth 10 points in this game. I think in Rummy it may be worth 1 point. Anyhow, both of them immediately able to place down a group. Kiwi choosing to drop a 7. And now has a choice to make. Ooh, he drops the jack. That's interesting, because Croco may have decided to drop a jack himself, and that would mean he that Kiwi would get a free one. So, oh, Kiwi gets a run from the 9 as well, and then ends the game with that. So that means Croco is gonna need to score a big round with this one for this last game. You need to bring back 18 games, and this game does not have a multiplier for going Rummy like Rummy has, so you can't risk it for a big score. Kiwi placing down 2 7s. That's an interesting choice. Considering he's not really anywhere near having potential additions to them, and placing down 2 single cards means that at the end he's gonna be, if he places down a group or a run, he's gonna be left with 2 cards. So, and then we would essentially need 2 more to place them both down as single cards, which is gonna be tough to do. Kiwi also gets another rundown. Alright, Croco will have to gamble on the 3-way split there. That will give him essentially 4 options to place down a card to make a new set. But Kiwi has so far been able to place down the 7 and gets an immediate addition after that. And that ends the game in Kiwi's favor. And that's gonna be the end of the match, with Kiwi just kind of waltzing over Croco in the final round, honestly. So yeah, that would mean that Kiwi will be continuing on in the winner's bracket, and I wanna pick up the I wanna look at the bracket again. So this win from Kiwi means that Kiwi will face Bart in the winner's semifinals, whereas Croco will go down to losers quarterfinals, and there he will face me. So yay! anyhow, yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed that match. By far the most tense match we've had so far, thankfully. So, yeah. Hope to see everyone around for the next match. Everyone on YouTube. You maybe you're able to check out some future matches matches in the future. It's gonna be on the Twitch channel Resort Fest, so be there or be square. And yeah, I'll see you. We'll be back with a new match soon. Goodbye.